Hey ho folks, it's me again. It's been an absolutely gorgeous day here today. Sun has been, sun has been out, it's been nice and warm. Going to do a quick beer review tonight. I'm going to do another beer from Perla, which again I'm assuming is a Polish brewery, as far as I know it is. But this one is, and I'm going to butcher the name, Perla Mocna. And I don't know, but I seem to remember reading somewhere that means dark beer or dark. But yeah, there you go, Perla Mocna. And this is quite, I like that label. So this one now was Perla Mocna, $2.49 for 500ml bottle. And it's, actually finding the ABV on this is quite difficult because it's not on the front here anywhere, it's in tiny writing on the back. This is 7.6. I've no ABV, 7.6 ABV, so I've no idea what type of beer this is. Perla Mocna is a high quality traditionally brewed beer distinguished by a subtle bitterness, vibrant hoppy taste and translucent amber colour, so it's obviously an amber ale of some sort. Alcohol 7.6% volume. Pasteurized, don't like that. Ingredients: brewing water, barley malt, hop extract. Being that this comes from Poland, as I said it in my last video, and I believe it does come from Poland, being it comes from an Eastern European country, I'm really surprised they're pasteurizing their beers. Because traditionally, I always thought we didn't pasteurize our beers over here. In Europe, I mean, when I say over here. Right. So there you go, Perla Mocna, 7.6% ABV. Let's crack her open. It's just out of the fridge. That's the cap. Now again, it doesn't say it's bottle conditioned. I don't think the last one was, so I don't. Ooh, that was a bit of a small hiss there. Quite small, sweet malty notes. When it gets up around 7.6%, I get a little bit worried. It's either a really good, strong craft-made beer or it's a really strong, cheaply made beer, if that makes sense. So we shall see. We're going for the pour. It's quite thick and gloopy coming out. Hope that's coming out on camera now. Okay, I'm going to take it nice and easy with this. We'll leave that much in the bottle, and no, it's not bottle conditioned. So there you go, guys. Like the previous one I did, the Perla, the honey beer, it's basically a slightly darker version of that in colour, so a gorgeous gold and kind of darkish orange honey colour. Big frothy white bubbles, dissipating very quickly, as you can see there. Large amount of bubbles cling to the side of the glass, but the carbonation doesn't seem to be overly vigorous in the glass. We're going for a smell. Yeah, a lot of strong, sweet, malty notes off it. So I'm slightly worried about this one. Cheers. Ooh. Oh, wow. It's just as well I chilled this one. Ooh, very carbonated, guys. Very carbonated. Okay, before I forget, right after swallowing, when I inhale right after swallowing, it's really weird. I think I may have said this on the previous video as well, but I'm getting almost a slight metallic aroma after I swallow the beer. When I taste the beer, I'm not getting it, but when I inhale after swallowing, don't know where that's coming out of. It is completely gone. Oh, geez, quite gassy, guys. Bear with me. It's on the heavy side of medium body. It's quite smooth going down. You definitely would not know this is a 7.6% ABV beer, except for slight, what might be described as I won't even say an alcohol burn, but a slight alcohol warmth that disappears almost instantly. But if you have it really chilled like what I have, you probably won't even notice that. And at 7.6%, and at how smooth this is going down, as my friend in Drinking in Canada on YouTube says, he's from Quebec, this is a very dangerous beer. That's my poor attempt at a French Canadian accent, but you get what I'm saying. In the way of flavours, I'm getting maybe slight hints of hops up front, but nothing in the way of bitterness. But it's really thick, malty, sweet beer. Not overly sweet, but definitely a lot of sweetness in there. But a palatable sweetness, so it's obviously well balanced out. Very thirst quenching, very refreshing, guys. I can't really say much more than that. It's a plain sort of beer. There's not a lot going on in there. But again, $2.49 for 500ml bottle of a 7.6% ABV, and it's a quite passable beer. And one that could get you into trouble really quickly with how fast this is going down. That's it, guys. Perla Mocna, 7.6% ABV. What would I give it? I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's a decent solid beer, but there's not a lot going on in there in the way of flavour. Now, we'll caveat with that with this is only literally straight out of the fridge, so it's quite chilled. It's extremely carbonated. It's very smooth going down. You wouldn't know it's as high in ABV as what it is. But like I said, it's not a blow your socks off beer. It's not a beer that there's a lot going on in there in the way of flavour. But a solid beer, and a highly dangerous beer at the same time. Perla Mocna, guys, 6.5 out of 10. $2.49 for that bottle in my local off license. Check it out. If anybody knows anything about this one, the Perla Mocna, or the previous one, the Perla Honey Beer, let me know down in the comment section. I'd kind of like to know a little bit of info, if you have any info on these, where they're from or what you think of them, etc. Take care, guys. Slán go forward.